I think for this team, they were able to really get some things going, and that's a complete miss hit to start things, and maybe a little bit of nerves there for Sauer.
Miss serves, first point, all nerves, and something that the Red Raiders are working on is being really aggressive at the service line. So not errors like that, but you might see errors from the service line tonight.
Yosia on the serve. Take a look at some of the keys here for Texas.
Keys to the game, Texas, all about that serve and pass. Longhorns have one of the most dominant serves in the nation. That's something head coach Jarrett Elliott really prides himself on.
It's Molly Phillips. How about for Tech?
Texas Tech needs to be aggressive when out of system. They're going to get some hard digs, some off shanks, but if they can just get that ball back, no free balls, no sets, keep hitting the ball every time, they'll be in good shape.
It was blocked down, but alive. No touch there, and the Red Raiders are on the board.
An error you don't see often from the Longhorns, and that's why it's so important. Just get a touch on every ball for the Red Raiders. Excellent coverage by KJ Adams. When their hitters in the air, you got to be right down ready for cover.
Texas lone loss coming at the hands of the Baylor Bears. You're going to hear that name a lot. Eggleston, you see her put the top spin on that kill.
Eggleston, the back-to-back Big 12 offensive player of the week. So good at finding that line shot. Look how high she reaches, but that line was completely left open for her.
Eggleston is approaching 300 kills this year. That was 296. Sauer.
Aggressive kill from the back by Sauer. That's something she's working on all year, is a presence in the back row. We saw her have the first service error, but way to stay aggressive and come out confident from the back.
Maddie O'Brien has rotated in for Tech. This is Alex Kirby. Free ball early for the Red Raiders. Can they take advantage? What a dig. Yosia. Point Red Raiders.
Huge kill by Reagan Cooper, and it started with Texas being out of system. Red Raiders are being very aggressive from the service line. If they can get Longhorns out of system, they're in good shape. Easy ball on the outside to Jones right off the body of the Longhorns.
Powerful swing from Maddie O'Brien. Not stopping that one. Horns had it set up.
Asia O'Neal, number 40 in the nation in hitting percentage. We can see why. When the Longhorns get a 3-option pass, it's so easy for her to come in that slide. Very hard to block her. KJ Adams got to get ready to get on the ground.
Eggleston will go back to serve from Brentwood, Tennessee. Well, sometimes you just get lucky. That's what happened with Reagan Cooper.
A great spot by Reagan Cooper. She was really far off the net, and often you'll see players go deep with it because you're so far off. Not her. She drops her elbow, goes for that roll right over that big wall. Perfect placement in the middle of the court.
This is Alex Torres back to serve. Big swing from Fields. Skylar Fields from Southlake soars through.
Skylar Fierce, her coach said she's one of the most dominant hitters in the country, and it's because she jumps so high, but is also so strong.
Early on in this one, 5-4 Longhorns. Canis had to go with a left there, improvising in the air, and that's deep. Fields with a miss hit.
Longhorns taking a couple of hitting errors. That's something you don't see often. Coach Elliott prides his team on being low hitting percentage, and again, just beginning of the game, getting those nerves out.
KJ Adams back to serve. Fields again.
Fields is the type of player, she has an hitting error. She's going to want that ball right back from Gabriel. Watch this huge approach. It doesn't even look like that's as hard as she can swing. A little awkward, but great placement.
.339 her hit percentage coming into this match. Jenna Gabriel. A little wide.
Texas Tech needs to take advantage of any error the Longhorns give them, because that's something that'll help them build off their serve. And now we see Correa at the back line. This is where you have to try and go on a run for yourself.
Maddie Correa cocks the arm. Adams sliding under it. Sauer off the pin there, just didn't quite have the angle. Pin becomes a defender.
Error by Sauer, but the Longhorns gave a little tip right over net. That's something that Red Raiders have to be prepared for. The Longhorns have one of the most dominant front rows in the country, and it's not from always hitting. They're really good at taking those tip shots.
This is Melanie Parra, 5'11". That's in.
Another ace for Melanie Parra. She's currently number 4 in the nation in aces per set, number 17 in total aces. This is a rotation the Red Raiders have to get out of as soon as possible.
50th ace of the year for Parra. She's got a big hit there. Rifled off the potential dig, and back-to-back aces. Well, this is sheer talent here, Shelby.
Melanie Parra also is so much stronger than she looks too, and she has this perfect spin that just drops at the last second.
Gets a lot of height, and then another ace. They just, on the Tech end, really having trouble handling it. That one off Alex Torres. It's got to be intimidating, Shelby, when it's coming at you like that.
This is a server the Red Raiders have specifically prepared for all week up against Melanie Parra.
How can I top 3 straight? Just a little strong, but 3 consecutive aces. Texas will take it.
Texas Tech, a big thank you to Melanie Parra, because she is, like we said, one of the most dominant players from the service line in the league.
Sauer's like, okay, now it's time to make up for that first one. It's her turn again. Oh, back-to-back service errors. And she's got that big hip wrap on, that left hip. Texas edging out further here. Nalani Yosia. Carrington Jones brings some bump there.
Kenna Sauer coming back from that missed serve with that 3-option pass, going right back to Carrington Jones, and right through that split. That's something you won't see often from Texas. Good eye by Jones.
195th kill for Carrington. She tried to get in for a pancake there, but it was placed perfectly.
Asia O'Neal, number 40 in the nation in hitting percentage, going with this soft tip. You got to be prepared for the Longhorns tip. You imagine them slamming the ball every time, but they're smart players. If they see you cheat back, they're going to go for that tip.
Texas 27-2 a year ago. Baylor is playing Oklahoma as we keep an eye on this Big 12 championship chase as Eggleston gets a big block.
Brooke Hannis coming in really aggressively on that slide. Good effort from her, but Eggleston's block is just unmatched. An ISO block. She did not even need O'Neal up against her. Again, one-on-one. Her hands going right back. Her body's kind of swinging, but her hands are stopped.
Back row attack. Kenna Sauer. Free ball, Texas. A little bit of an overpass, but no problem when you got her waiting. Right on it was Gabriel.
Jenna Gabriel is, in my opinion, one of the most fun setters to watch because she's so small, but watch this dump. She will trick you, and she will find that middle of the court every time if you give it.
Glad that you're with us tonight on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Back to serve Sydney Peterson. Iowa girl. Cooper lets it fly. No touch. Texas point, 4-0 run.
Kind of an awkward set from Kirby. She was really far pulled off the net. The pass is pretty off. But Cooper has to make sure she can just get that ball over and in while staying aggressive at the same time.
Peterson serves short. Eggleston foiled by Cooper. Texas has 4 consecutive sweeps this season. Good dig by Sauer. Eggleston in. Lots of Longhorn fans here, and they love that shot.
They definitely love it because that's a huge swing from Eggleston. Going from that left back corner, we see Sauer go for the ball. She did everything she could, but when it's that big of a swing and you're on, sometimes there's nothing else you can do.
5-0 run. Red Raiders need to find a way to stop it. Eggleston just melts that one in there. It's all Texas here in set 1.
What a cut from Eggleston. It kind of looked like she was going to wail on the ball, but she dropped her pinky, went for this cut roll shot, just dropping perfectly right in front of the right back.
Canis. A diving effort by Yosia. Pulled wide by Reagan Cooper.
Reagan Cooper taking another error, but that was a good miss. She saw that line open. She reached high, went right for it, but it was barely out. Watch her approach again. We're seeing an amazing up by Texas. Good ups from both sides altogether. Eventually, Cooper not able to get it back in. And whenever you get a good pass from KJ Adams, take full advantage. Open line shot right here. She sees Gabriel, the setters, up against her. Not the tallest blocker. Just got to get that ball a little bit more pulled.
Of the championship.
We talked about how if Texas Tech can beat the Longhorns, that's going to give them an amazing chance. But even if they don't win any games, they still have a big chance of making it to this tournament. It just depends on how other teams play. Houston, Arkansas, Syracuse this weekend.
Back to work. Red Raiders wanted a touch, but it wasn't there. .11 lead, and still serving is Peterson. Snaps that ball. There we go with Canis. Run snapped. Texas Tech just has to settle down and find a way to fight here.
And find Brooke Canis. Look how fast she comes in from the middle with this approach and avoids both blockers and beats out the libero. She's really worked on her speed and her strength this offseason, and we can see it paying off.
Maddie O'Brien, Cooper, Canis all at the net. KJ Adams kind of slipped there, just didn't have her traction. And Fred Flintstone did a little bit there.
Well, also, when you're KJ Adams or any back row player for Red Raiders, you expect the Longhorns to just slam it. But they like these tips. That's something the Red Raiders have to be prepared for. Longhorns just want to get the point.
Eggleston. Well, look at the wall that Texas has put up, but it's out. Point for the Red Raiders.
And a huge wall by Texas. It's all about that coverage tonight for Texas Tech. A one-on-one block, but great coverage by Sauer. You got to get used to getting blocked sometimes here and there. It's all about that coverage being ready.
Saw Kahaino Torres out there. Red Raiders fire back with an ace.
First ace for the Red Raiders from back row player. Watch this float serve drop. Perfect float right in the middle of that right back seam.
2 in a row for Tech. Dumped right down. So quick up off her feet, Asia O'Neal.
Big swing by Fields, reaching so high. And notice how it goes off the hands of Texas Tech. Back row players have to get ready for a potential tool. Just keep the ball up.
Speaking of O'Neal, here she goes. In. Another ace. That's 4 service aces for Texas.
If Texas Tech's going to get aced, it needs to be because they were shanked. It cannot be because the ball just dropped in their court. You got to get your foot to the line. Be positive if that ball's in or out.
O'Neal trying to duplicate it. That's tooled off the block. Good job by Maddie O'Brien.
O'Brien, we can hear her yelling for that ball from her setter, Kirby. Going in for this right side slide. Watch this line shot. She finds it perfectly off the hands of Skylar Fields.
Just the 27th kill for O'Brien. It's overpassed, but I think Carrington Jones touched the net. Yep, touched that tape as she went up. So just like that, Texas 2 points away.
We see Jones just reaching over the net. That can be reaction. She wants to block the ball, and she's so tall. You have to be super conscious. Get your fingertips off just a little bit.
Hyona Torres on that service. She'll bump it up to Fields. Tech just trying to find a way to get in system. That point going to go to the Red Raiders.
Great kill by outside Kenna Sauer, the team leader in kills for the Red Raiders. Now watch this tool. She's not afraid to go for the Longhorns' hands, and what a tool that was.
Maddie Correa, 20 service aces this year. Great hustle there to keep it alive by Gabriel. And an attacking error by Texas keeps the Red Raiders alive. I think you need to prolong this. What it looks like will definitely be a set win for Texas.
Definitely.
But make them earn a little bit. Keep playing. More and more plays.
Exactly. Try and take that momentum away from them as much as you can if you're the Red Raiders. Breon Butler again with that forceful tip. They're killing the Red Raiders in these tip shots right now. Watch 2 blockers on her. Alex Kirby just really pulled up. If you're right back for Texas Tech, you got to keep your eye on their tips.
Just looks like she was swatting a fly there. Just said, here we go, Para. Already with 3 aces in this match. Sauer's best swing of the night turned away. Sauer gets a block.
Sauer gaining confidence. She's been the Red Raiders' go-to outside a majority of the season. Finally had a bad game against TCU. Tony Greystone said they're glad they got that out of her system. And a big block. It's all about her confidence. We saw her miss a serve. Now she's back to redeem herself at the service line.
Sauer, the Missouri transfers, had a really good year here in Lubbock. Best team in 20 years for Tony Greystone. They can play, they just need to settle in here. It's a good example. Reagan Cooper extending this match.
Reagan Cooper has been leading the Big 12 almost the whole year in attack percentage. She's very low error, and mainly because she goes for those shots.
Sauer! Well, it's got to be a relief for Herb with the 2 errors. The error to start the match. That one, this one right here is wicked.
Kenna Sauer, this float serve dropping, ooh, right in front of Para. And what a person to serve to, Para, who leads in aces.
Eggleston with the nice finesse, and that'll do it for set 1. That's exactly what she's about to do. Our upper official tonight is Brad Alberg. Down low is Ryan Teig. So we're underway in set 2. Sauer got that one in. Better start.
It does not get more beautiful than what we just saw from the Red Raiders. A perfect pass from KJ Adams up against Para, one of the hardest servers in the country. Out to Sauer, who has gained her confidence from the end of that first set and scoring on the libero. That was a great spot right in that back row seam.
Here come the horns to the back set. Boy, I thought they had a pancake up there for Adams, but it's going to count as a kill for Molly Phillips, the junior middle blocker, who stands 6'5". Watch her go on the attack here.
Molly's really good at going off the hands. Personally, I thought that was a pancake, but if Tony Greystone does not call it, we know it wasn't. He's really good with his challenges.
Yosia. Another ace. 5 of them so far for Texas.
Yosia making this 5th ace look easy. Kenna Sauer just did not back up. She stuck her platform out. You got to beat the ball back. Make sure your platform can move it up forward.
Off the tape. Results in a free one for Texas. And they'll take advantage. Up 3-1 now in set 2.
Molly Phillips, they have a really fast set, the Longhorns, that they call their back red. She likes to come in fast on this slide. She's number 46 in the nation in hitting percentage. We can clearly see why.
Mistake there for Yosia. Carrington Jones will go back to serve for the Red Raiders. Carrington has 5 aces this year. Eggleston, just an absolute rocket off her right hand.
Eggleston's swing is what we expect from her. How hard she hits the ball. But look at this block. Candace not even able to get on the right side, saying my bad, leaving Kirby alone, who really didn't get much air either. Eggleston saw that, took full advantage.
Eggleston smiling, and why wouldn't you if you got that kind of talent, get to come out here and play this game this way. Candace with a little push, that'll work.
Candace getting a tip of her own. She herself is really good at taking those shots. It's not about the attractive kill. It's about just getting the point, going off the hands of Eggleston. Libero getting a good hand, but not good enough there.
Alex Kirby. Can take advantage. Cooper. Eggleston tried to go cross court, no touch.
Eggleston saw the Red Raiders left back pulled far really deep, and that can be on purpose. A lot of the times, though, left back stays in the middle. She went for that cut shot. Would have been a good placement. Just
Kirby
a little too strong.
Has 21 aces this year, 3 against TCU here in that sweep of the Horned Frogs. You can tell that was off the side of the hand. A little slice spin as well, and an error.
We talked about how this is the Red Raiders' best season under Tony Grayson. I asked him what's going right. He said our low errors, and right now we're not seeing that from Texas Tech. Texas is doing their job, but Red Raiders need to wake up.
Kirby coming off 13 digs against the Mountaineers and 55 assists. Tech swept TCU, swept West Virginia on the road, and now have their hands full. Look at the hustle. It's brought back in as Peterson went to get it. Cooper, boom!
Great hustle from Texas, but that is when Red Raiders have to take advantage of an out-of-system opponent. Watch this ball barely going over, back to Texas Tech. Great hustle for Texas, but Texas Tech taking full advantage of this free ball from Gabriel. And Jones on the outside swinging so hard and getting a lot of momentum for her team.
Crowd hushes completely for Correa. Eggleston in again. She won't let those tables turn on her very long. Her 4th kill.
And Eggleston from the back row, avoiding both Kenna and the middle blockers perfectly, making that ball drop with a cut a little bit to the right back.
Eggleston from Brentwood. Quick set and fire. Candace,
she's been a light for her team this season. Whenever she's on, the rest of her team is on as well. Look at her come in really fast for this 3. Only 1 blocker on her, taking advantage again when Gabriel is up front running at 5-1.
Candace had 15 kills up in Morgantown when you combine the games. That's smacked down in a hurry.
Breon Butler making it look easy with this slide.
And she owns the middle.
She owns the middle, but she also is just so naturally athletic. She jumps high, she reaches high, but she's also smart. She knows where to put that ball.
Not going to quite make it.
Whenever a team has an off pass, it's always libero second ball. KJ Adams could have called, probably should have called for help right there, but being a libero, you always want to get a touch on it.
Gabriel. Looks like the horns were in the net there, I believe. Butler saying, "Are you kidding me?"
Butler not liking this one. The call was horns in the net. Let's see if the net moves or anything. But right now, this is where Texas Tech has to take full advantage being back at the service line.
And they are in this set here. As Alex Torres fires. Texas looking for a side out. Not going to get it, although yes, they will. Well, now wait a minute. We had one of our line judges say touch. But overruled possibly from up top.
Skylar Fields not using any words, just body language, saying pretty sure there was a touch on that.
Okay. That's smoked off of Maddie Correa.
And that set to Fields is almost something you can predict after getting called out. You know Gabriel wants to give her that ball, give her a second chance to prove how hard she can really hit it in.
Parra back to serve. Worth the price of admission just to watch this, although that one flies too far. Texas players thought it contacted one of the Red Raiders.
Head coach Jarrett Elliott getting out of his seat saying, I know there was a touch. He's not always.
There's your touch.
And Jeff, if you're Torres, that just means that's practice for the next ball. Parra likes that cut to the right back, and it's really hard to pass because you have to make sure your platform is pointed back into the court. You cannot shank it off the right.
Parra, only a sophomore. They're playing in her 104th match.
Sauer going for that tip. Very out of system for Texas. You kind of saw the ball lost in translation once the touch happened on the blocker. Watch her right here go over the hands. And Molly gets a touch, but Butler and her just running into each other.
I looked at that the wrong way on Parra. That's my mistake. 32nd match. I thought that was a little too high. As Texas stacks another point. They're up 11-9 here in set 2.
If you're the Red Raiders, this is where you have to eliminate the run. 2 points behind can quickly turn into 5.
Big difference in side-out percentage. 74% for Texas, 54% for the Red Raiders. And that'll be a kill for Carrington Jones, who hops around after that success. Again, they're right in this one. Down 1-0, but only down by 1 here. Carrington Jones had her career high in kills last time she was on this floor against TCU with 13. Whoops.
Another
lack of communication.
Another rare lack of communication at Texas side. And right now we're seeing the Longhorns themselves a little bit out of system. So if you're the Red Raiders, take advantage, keep picking on them, go for some tip shots.
I got it, you take it play. Eggleston. Always have her to call upon.
The thing about the Longhorns is if they mess up and are completely out of system, you can almost bet that next ball is going to be a kill. Eggleston again with the play-winning ending kill.
Sydney Peterson. Canis. Yeah, she got that arm cocked back there and delivered.
Brooke Canis with her 4th kill of the day. Again, not afraid of this triple block from the Longhorns. Excuse me, Gabriel almost going up, but sees her middle and left side together. Great eye by Canis.
Texas in white, Red Raiders in red. Ace.
Now now Texas Tech is gaining that momentum they've been looking for that whole first set. Alex Kirby being really strong at the back line, and that's what Tony Greystone said they've worked on this entire week.
Texas calls timeout. 14 Big 12 championship. Texas Tech knows if they can knock off Texas, ticket punched in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2001. Eggleston, boom again, right out of the chute. Stops that momentum for Texas Tech, and we're tied at 13.
A great corner shot by Eggleston, but watch Kenna Sauer, middle back, cheat right. A total misread from her, not able to get back to base and get a hand on it.
Here comes Eggleston. Longhorns do it again.
Alex Kirby did a great job at setting her right side, but getting back low for the coverage, and that's all you can do is have your hitters try and get over that block, but protect them at the same time.
Fields 37 blocks this year. Eggleston playing in her 108th match. She has seen it all. There was a touch there, I believe, and in anyway. Cooper having herself a nice night.
And Cooper's coming off a great set against West Virginia. Tony Greystone said she really led the team, and now we're finding her find momentum from that as well. Again, going for that corner shot.
Maddie Correa tied at 14. Fields got turned away that time. Canis was there, so was Maddie O'Brien.
The block does not get any better than what we just saw from Brooke Canis. This timing, the hands pushing it back into the court, everything going right for Texas Tech.
Yeah, that was all Canis. Trying to trim that side out percentage down. That's too low. Service error for the Red Raiders.
And now it's tied again, but that was the first time we've seen the Red Raiders lead this entire day. And they're really not playing like they're in the game. Personally, I'd love to see even more just getting together, getting loud. But it's very serious when you're playing Texas at home, Jeff.
Very quiet. There's Riley Heinrich from Georgetown. Soft serve, quick dump, yes. Alex Kirby, the fingertips.
Alex Kirby with her first kill of the day. She was so far off the net, almost a 10-foot line, but she saw that middle of the court open. Look how far off the net she is, but no one about to touch that ball. Great eye by setter.
65 kills this year. Alex Kirby, that's in on the back line. We go back and forth, these teams punching one after another.
Breon Butler, we've said our coach describes her as the most dominant middle blocker in the country. Went on, and she is on right now. When you see her coming up for the slide, try and get forehands up against her at the net if possible.
Gabriel's turn. Ooh, look at that. Kirby, Carrington, yes.
Carrington Jones is Texas Tech's swag player. When she gets a big kill, her whole team gets hyped. And look at this, Texas Tech's Breon Butler had a great block up against her, but somehow Jones is able to find a way through it. Great momentum play for Red Raiders.
Back set, Texas Tech, staying in system. Carrington Jones. And that's perfect for Carrington Jones.
Carrington Jones, do you see why I said she's Texas Tech's swag player? She's here to score and she's here to have fun while doing it. We're seeing a lot of battles at the net right now. It's all about getting over Texas' hands, but also beating out the defense.
That's her 5th kill of the evening. There she is from Little Elm, Texas. Largest lead in the set for the Red Raiders tonight at 2. Fields into the net. And now the Red Raiders clearly have the momentum here.
Skylar Fields, the Big 12 2-times Offensive Player of the Week, making a rare error, but it's very awkward. The ball was coming over her left.
Just a little computer freeze up over there on our opposite side, the far side. No problem, back to work. Crowd's starting to come alive here with these Red Raiders. Para. A great hustle by Adams. She threw her body at it, but Para gets the kill and stops the 3-0 run.
Adams doing everything she can, getting a hand on this. But Para, look how high she jumps in the air. When she makes contact, she's already ahead of Texas Tech's blockers. And now the deadly servers back row.
There she is. Couple of errors, couple of aces. Sauer. Oh, that's a big swing there. Not easy on the back row attack to just get it tooled off the block.
Kenna Sauer literally hitting the ground after this kill, but look how far off the net she is. That takes confidence. When you're that far off the net, you almost tend to want a roll shot tip. She's staying really aggressive and confident right now.
She challenged him. She could have gone over the top there, hit it a little softer, but not that time. Red Raiders first to 20 in this set. That's in. As Texas answers right back. Red Raiders by 2. Texas up by a set.
Eggleston, the 1-2 punch with Skylar Fields, reaches so high, and she loves her line shot. It's not right on the line. It's kind of in the seam with the middle back. Something Texas Tech has to defend.
Yosia. Great hustle by Kirby. And that was just right over the pin there. Kirby did all she could do. Adams was following closely. And Texas trims it to a 1-point lead.
Kirby running right over in front of us, Jeff. I thought for sure that ball was out, but great job by that setter getting a hand on it.
Yeah, she did good to get the contact and then not hurt herself. She went down in a hurry, so she didn't go into this desk or the chairs. Texas for the tie. Got it.
From the time you saw the ball left Gabriel's hands and looking at Eggleston's approach, you had to know that was a kill. They've been working on their chemistry with each other, and we can see how it's working now.
Nalani Yosia. The libero. Feels like Texas Tech really needs this point. And they get it with Carrington Jones.
Carrington Jones, her 6th kill of the night, leading her team in kills right now. She's being very efficient. She has 0 hitting errors. She's hitting 750. Keep finding her if you're Alex Kirby.
In to serve, Reese Rhodes. And that one walked right down the net. Another kill for Eggleston, who's piling it on. She's got 9.
When you have the vertical and the reach Eggleston does, you can hit in front of the 10-foot line. Watch this cut shot. Going right in front of the 10-foot line, you think that ball's out. No, that is in. So athletic and incredible hang time.
It's only been 4 times this year that Eggleston has not reached double-figure kill numbers. Last time out was one of those with 7 against K-State. Cooper, need it, got it. Sizzled it off of Peterson.
Reagan Cooper now tying with Jones, both having 6 kills. And Cooper is finding success in this line shot. Watch Gabriel, the setter. She's not the biggest jumper. She's a small setter. And Cooper is taking advantage of them running their 5-1.
Big serve for Alex Kirby here. Kirby digs it up. Free ball for the Longhorns, overpassed. Going a little disjointed, but here comes Tech. Oh, what a swing. Maddie O'Brien, her 27th kill of the year. What a shot.
Huge swing by Maddie O'Brien. Notice how she stayed really aggressive. When it was obvious where Kirby was going, she didn't try and trick the Longhorns with her hit. She stayed aggressive, went for that deep corner shot. Great play by Texas Tech. See it again right here. Watch her hand, how high she gets. She hangs in the air. She literally...
Gonna dig in and compete. Kirby. Gonna have to go over here. Cooper. Gouged up by Adams. Eggleston. Not yet. No touch. Texas point.
Cooper taking the big air, but we are seeing some great volleyball. Eggleston had 2 swings where I thought it was for sure going down, but Sauer staying aggressive in the back row. Everyone's getting a lot of great touches.
Eggleston has had some big service games this year. She had 5 aces against UTSA, second match of the year. Enough to get it over, and it's set point.
Brooke Cannis with her 5th kill, hitting .375. Texas Tech is hitting .516. They are being so efficient and aggressive. Now watch Cannis only having Pierce on her. A great way to find that open shot on the right side.
All right, here's Maddie Correa. San Antonio native. Great dig by Eggleston. Para, no. Set, Red Raiders.
What a set for Texas Tech.
For Texas, so we take a look at her. 9.
Eggleston leading her team in kills. Even when she's out of system, she's going to find a way to score on you. Whether it's a line shot or a block, she defends her tape and she defends it well. But she's not trying to make anything look perfect. She just wants that kill. She's gonna find it. A cut shot, a tip, a roll shot, and these huge swings. Whenever it's a 3-option pass and Gabriel has that ball to Logan Eggleston, you know it's going for a huge.
And the action that she had in the first and second sets.
Kenna Sauer, we talked about warming up, took a little bit, but now she's finding her way. It starts with that back row attack, and it's all about that confidence. She's hitting into the hands of Texas, but going for that tool shot. She's being very purposeful, and she's being confident. Back-to-back block after a kill, and now we're seeing her get some aces as well. And then again, Jones. We're seeing a lot of big plays from everyone for Texas Tech right now, hitting .516. Huge plays for the Red Raiders.
Let's take a look. Sauer gets things started in set 3. It's out. Good eyes there by Maddie Correa.
Longhorns starting the 3rd set out of system. Again, not something anyone who watches volleyball is used to seeing. So for Texas Tech, keep taking advantage and be ready for those offsets.
Punishing kill attempts by Fields. More finesse this time. Sauer just mishit it.
Kenna Sauer taking the air from the back row. When you're a back row player and you jump, you have to stay behind the 10-foot line. But when you go for a roll, you have to make sure it has extra power because it does take a lot more to get over the blocker's hands from the back.
Logan Eggleston, back in 2018, was the Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Mainstay of this league. Mistake by Carrington Jones.
Carrington Jones with her first error of the night. I'd say that's pretty good when you're in set 3 of a match.
Yeah, hitting .556 before that one. Sauer wanted it back and got it. And we've got a touch.
Kenna Sauer is doing a good job at not getting down on herself. If she makes an error, she wants the ball back, and it's not going to be a free ball or a tip or a roll. She's going to stay aggressive and finally getting the kill in that back row attack.
Eggleston thought about going for it, but then said, nope, let it fly.
You can hear the Longhorns every time they are being served at. They're talking about who has the seams in or out. They're all talking and communicating.
Canis off 1 foot, and yes, off of Molly Phillips.
When Texas Tech is in system and Kirby decides to go with Canis, it is hard for the Longhorns to defend because she is running that fast tempo of offense. Phillips did nothing wrong, her foot on the line, platform out, but Canis is that powerful of a hitter.
No problem for the middle blocker, Breon Butler.
The middle blocker is right. Breon Butler, so strong in her offense, and she just hits so high. She can literally drop her shoulder and turn her entire body and avoid both the blockers for Texas Tech.
Oh, Sydney Peterson with an ace. Bottom fell out of that one.
Peterson started as libero for the Longhorns last season. Now they're designated DS. She has a great serve. It really drops in that float at the last second.
Same exact spot, but this time dug up by Sauer. And another kill for Maddie O'Brien.
Maddie O'Brien, her 3rd kill of the day. She's a really fun player because she was so springy. She jumps high and she reaches high. She's really confident right now on where she wants to place the ball as well.
Her season high in kills, 6 at Baylor, and that was in the win. Since the second match with Baylor, no kills till tonight. She just keeps on playing. So that's, let's see, I can get that for you as far as the kills go. 9 straight matches without a kill for Maddie O'Brien, and tonight she has 3 and 2 blocks. Who would have thought it? Para. It's going to be close. Yeah, let's double. Or did we have net? Yeah.
Texas,
one of those two.
Texas taking the point after this error. But that all started with O'Brien's second touch being an overpass. When you have the chance to keep the ball on your side, you cannot make little errors like that.
Here's Para. Deep.
Huge play for Texas Tech. Para missing her serve at the back line. That's a risk-reward situation. Coach Elliott says when you have a server like her, she's going to take errors. That's just part of being aggressive.
Here's your errors. 4 for Texas, 5 for Tech. Somehow Kirby punched that thing to keep it alive. Since about the first 10 points of this, it's been dead even. Blocked right down by the wall of Butler and Eggleston. Hate to have to hit through those two.
You had to have known that ball was going straight down because Kirby was facing the right side. O'Brien had nowhere else to go. So Eggleston and Butler had an easy decision getting out to the left side and pressing really hard against them.
Carrington-Jones didn't hit it perfectly, but got it to the back line, and we're tied at 7.
Carrington-Jones coming in for this slide one, you can call it. A little awkward footwork for a split second, but it matters because she stayed efficient. She knows how to keep the ball in play, even if the set or the timing's a tad off.
Dug out of there by Torres. Free ball, Texas. Phillips got the kill.
Phillips, the strong righty on the right side, does a great job at cutting that ball, and that's hard to do. When you're a right-hander on the right side, the court is not open to you, but she does a good job at twisting her body, bringing the ball back in. Great shot by Phillips.
Don't you agree the first 10 points, 12 points were dominated by Texas? Ever since then, fairly even?
I completely agree. I was a little stunned. I thought we were going to see a touch call of Texas Tech because you're right, Jeff, they're staying super aggressive, and it's all about who can take that momentum early, like you said, and keep it.
Ace! Ka'ahaiona Torres got that one in. She's out of Hawaii. Found some space there and just a little miscommunication. Yeah, I would brag about that one if I were you as well, Kenneth-Sauer.
Great spot by Kenneth-Sauer, but good decision by Kirby to feed the outside because both the blockers for Texas were kind of pulled into the left front. I could hear the right side for Red Raiders calling for the ball. Kirby decided to go against it.
Ka'ahaiona Torres almost got in there with the left hand. Got it down for a kill. Sauer has 6 kills. Carrington Jones 7 for Tech. It's just complete dominance from Molly Phillips out of Mansfield.
Molly Phillips just physically dominant in general because of her height and how high she can reach. It looks like she sometimes can barely even have to try. When it's her on set and she's in system, she knows exactly what to do with that ball.
Eggleston. Cooper. Tooled off the block, and Texas with a 4-point lead.
Para going off the hands again of the Red Raiders, but what a beautiful set from Gabriel. Yeah. So in system with her outside and from behind the 10-foot line. Para is so athletic, she's very springy. I like how she snaps her wrist with the ball too.
I think you hit on it though with that pass. That was a long distance perfect pass and an ace to go with it.
Red Raiders pulling themselves in for a huddle, saying, let's forgive ourselves and get out of this 4-point hole.
Oklahoma Sooners in Norman tonight. If this Texas team wins today and tomorrow night, which starts at 7, they are the Big 12 champs. Texas Tech thinking with an RPI of 40, they're going to get to go to the dance. Para. Just misses with that one. So let me ask you, Shelby. You're at 7-7 in the league as we get a look at this one. Pulled just wide. Good heads-up play there by Correa. You have won a set against Texas. You want to show how well you're playing right now against the #2 team in the country to give that committee, hey, all the evidence. Here's the evidence. We've won 4 of our last 5, or whatever it may be. But we're playing our best. RPI is good. Let us in, right?
Absolutely, because if they do get in, the most recent games that their opponents have to watch film on is against Texas. What better way to gain confidence for Texas Tech than to win a set or a game off against the Longhorns?
Cooper has 7 kills now after that one. Candace, oh, she was about to celebrate. Look out, don't ever do that. Oh, Sauer got to it. I'm not sure how they did it, but they kept it alive. Texas answers, though, and squashes those hopes. But what hustle on the other side.
Great hustle by Texas Tech, but the Longhorns make the easy decision to run their offense through the middles. When you see how out of system Texas Tech is, again, a great play, but they are not in their base. They're out of system. That's when you run your middles if you're Gabriel.
Dumped down by Kirby. Diving dig by Gabriel. These players are all over the place. Big 12 volleyball getting after it. That's in for Skylar Fields.
What reach and hang time by Fields. Eggleston with the set, the assist, excuse me, going out to the right, but look how high Fields gets, how high her reach is, and going where no Texas Tech jerseys are.
Fields second on this team and kills as Para goes up to get a block. That's just her 4th of the year.
Now Texas is gaining that momentum. We've been expecting to happen. Para did a good job at pushing that ball right back into the court.
May have been assisted by Butler. Yeah, that went off the pinky there of Sauer. Skewed off her hand the wrong way, and just like that, it's a 6-point lead for Texas. Sorry, 7.
And now we're seeing new setter for Texas Tech. Sophomore Reese Rhodes come in, try and change up the momentum.
Reese Rhodes wears 16, standing on top of the double T as that flies too far. Last had kills against Kansas State. Molly Phillips out. Here comes Rhodes. Para. The ball's going to go deep into the stands.
Para is obviously very athletic with how high she hits, but to me, I love watching her form. It's just perfect. Watch her on the left side, how high she gets, how springy she hits.
Yes, the sound off of her hits too. That was noticeable when Texas was warming up. You're watching her jump way up there. Ball makes extremely loud sound when she hits it, like that one from Reagan Cooper. Her 8th kill. That's now pacing the Red Raiders. She'll rotate out in to serve Alex Torres. Here's another look.
Cooper again. Para not able to stay up at the net, leaving it wide open for Cooper to take that shot she wanted.
Got a touch there. Point will be Texas.
A big reason Texas is number 2 is because when they make a mistake, that player wants the ball right back. We saw Para make an error at not getting up at the net to block. She wanted that ball back next play and got the kill.
Para 4 service aces. Rhodes got it back up over the net, and on the joust, it's all Texas as they're the first to 20 in set 3.
All Texas, and notice that Gabriel is currently out right now. Sydney Peterson will be setting.
Eggleston up to 10 kills. Tech men's and women's basketball teams still undefeated. Just one loss for this Texas team. Para hits a missile into the tape, and that was against Baylor. Tech got a win in Waco. At that point, Baylor had an RPI of 3. KJ Adams. If Texas Tech wants to make a run, they've got to do it now, and that won't help.
And when your opponent hits 21st and you're 7 down, that's just mentally hard to get past. And so when Para makes a service error, you're Texas Tech, you got to go to the back line and be very efficient.
What an effort. Left hand for Yosia, but then the Red Raiders turn around and get the point.
Red Raiders gaining point on that error, but what a dig from Yosia. She dives, just puts one arm out. You'd think it'd be a huge sink from anybody else except Yosia, maybe making it able to come back into play.
We got a football score. Texas football won earlier today over Kansas State. Eggleston, yes.
Eggleston picking on the middle O'Brien, who you see sub out right now. And O'Brien only plays defense 1 rotation, middle of your screen, middle back number 18. Eggleston knows that, sees that, and picks right in between that seam of KJ Adams and O'Brien.
Iona Torres back to serve. Well, we got a little stoppage over there. I didn't see. Earlier, it was a computer freeze. Maybe the same thing. Play on. Yeah, you're right. Iona Torres did not play until September 17th. Played against the Aggies, as that's Eggleston guiding it home.
Eggleston again with the aggressive tip. Watch right side of your screen. She has a huge approach. You think she's going to swing, but she sees how pulled up the right back is and takes full advantage, going right over, hitting that line.
Ooh, Eggleston. Ooh, that was nasty.
A great block by Eggleston, but sophomore setter Reese Rhodes went back for her, but you got to see the blockers right on your shoulder, change it up, make Texas move at the front.
Sauer trying to stop the bleeding, does so. It breaks up the 3-0 run.
Kenna Sauer with her 8th kill, tied with Reagan Cooper. She's doing a good job at staying aggressive tonight, even after an error. She knows how hard she can hit. She places that ball perfectly in that deep left back corner.
Set point for Texas. Not just yet. Maybe now. Fields. Tech trying to provide all the resistance they can. Look at that. Reese Rhodes.
This is not the first time Reese Rhodes has gotten a kill on the dump set point. Tony Greystone said one time she did it. He looked at her and said, hey, I like that, but what were you thinking? And she said, I don't know, coach, I saw it open. You can see her right here. She sees it open. Libero pulled into the front, that right back corner, left back, excuse me, just left wide open.
Texas trying to go up 2-1, can do it right here. Eggleston. That was Kiari Geyer who stepped in for the dig. A lot of Hawaiian influence on the floor. That's going to go a little too far, and Texas takes set 2.
Don't pause on E. Don't you dare.
I was just taking a look at the dress that you've got on today. That would be very cautionary. I'm just like, I wonder if you're trying to send me a message.
Okay, that's true. Very
no,
yellow.
very green today.
Good, glad to hear it.
Gabriel starts things off the way Texas would have wanted. Head coach Jared Elliott off camera there clapping. I'm sure he wants to get this thing done this set. You never know if you get to set 5. That's blocked right back down. Point to the Red Raiders.
Jones did a good job at being very aggressive right here and not being afraid of Eggleston's hands. Eggleston hitting the antenna, but it's all thanks to Jones. She could have backed down and tipped. Nope, stayed aggressive.
So we see that, and we're completely blocked from that antenna. It's like, how did that work out? And because it went off the pin and then back in. As Texas comes back with a boom there.
Jenna Gabriel seems to feed the hitter who had the error last. We saw Eggleston make a mistake on the blocking. Setter says, I'm going to give you this set, see what you can do. Eggleston gets the kill.
Takes her time with a couple of spins, right to left. Sauer. Shut that off of Gabriel. We're tied.
Sauer trying to play that one off after literally knocking setter Gabriel to the ground. Watch this, left of your screen. Boom, right off of her. And it's that approach. Kenna just wound up perfectly, and that swing followed through.
Some power through that shot. One short serve. Comes Texas. Fairly easy money there for the Longhorns. Just get it over to Skylar Fields.
Skylar Fields, her coach says that she is the most physical left side in the country, but on the right, we can see how she's physical too. She reaches so high that when she just barely snaps, it drops right in the middle of the line.
Fields with 6 kills. The aces continue to pile up here. .11 service aces. Wow. Tooled off that block.
Candace again being a leader when it comes to playing how you play in practice, staying as aggressive as you are in practice, hitting off the hands. Great follow through by that middle.
Alex Torres, a UTEP transfer and a former Hutto Hippo. Nobody back there to get that one for Tech.
Texas Tech knows that Longhorns are going to have their kills. It's just part of the game. You got to let it go. Watch Butler come in right here. She can literally reach over the hands. Watch her contact. It's over the hands of Canis, going straight down the middle, not even avoiding the block.
Here you go. Aces per set, second in the country. Para. No touch. Point Red Raiders.
Para trying to hit that cut shot after going off the hands line a couple times. See her try and go cut, but hits that net. Probably an error she won't make again.
It really wasn't close to a touch on that one. The joust is won by the Red Raiders.
Red Raiders staying really aggressive at the net, building a wall whenever the set is tight for the Longhorns, and shoving that ball right back over from Sauer.
Texas averages 9.7 blocks per match. So they get that one sizzled in there.
There's the cut shot Para was going for, her last error. We mentioned Gabriel likes to feed her setter that, her hitter that just made an error. Para getting that cut shot perfectly.
Texas has won 40 straight over the Red Raiders, dating back to 2001. Getting out of the way of that one, Sauer.
A big miss by Para. Multiple service, errors tonight. And again, that's that risk reward that comes with an aggressive server like her.
I mean, you see the errors, 7, but also 12 aces. Carrington Jones was calling for it. She loves it when her team responds.
And a great dig by O'Brien at the back, staying disciplined when Eggleston goes for that contact. And watch Jones right here. 2 blockers up against her, Butler and Eggleston, but staying aggressive, going through the hands.
My bad, says Matty O'Brien. Texas Tech has to have this one. Texas with a win, first to 25, wins the whole match tonight. Again, they are 40-2 all time in Lubbock. Yosia. Little back set to Carrington Jones with another.
Carrington Jones brings all the energy for Texas Tech at the front. She's so fun to watch. Now watch her on this slide right here. Only one blocker, Eggleston, up against her. Took advantage of that, turned her body back into the court. Great shot.
Carrington now climbing to the top of the kill chart for the Red Raiders with 10. Adams did great the first time, just too much on the next.
Great dig by KJ Adams. She was in her base, stopped her platform. It's just that hard of a hit by the Longhorns. It just literally hit your body going back over the net.
Jenna Gabriel. Jones. Pass wasn't quite where she needed it. It's called a double. Kenna didn't like it.
No, not at all. An unfortunate call for Kenna Sauer with the double, sending that free ball back over to Texas. But that's an error that she has to forgive herself because she is leading her team in kills. touch by Carrington Jones, who is now leading the Red Raiders in kills with 11, and she is staying aggressive. We haven't even really seen her tip or roll shot because her hard swings are working right now, and she sees that block and goes off Eggleston's hands.
Fields just in on that back line.
Fields making it look easy, but that connection that she has with Gabriel, she's able to give her those low quick sets where she can already start her approach before it leaves Gabriel's hands. Great shot by that outside.
Eggleston 14 kills, Molly Phillips 8, Skylar Fields 6. Ace 13 of them. It's really the big difference tonight. We've seen it over and over again. We've seen Tech on both sides of dominating the service ace. Not this night, not. 10 more points from the serve for Texas.
The second time in a row we've seen Skylar Fields find success in that right side line shot. Watch her on the right side, right of your screen. Go for that line, right off KJ Adams. A great placement right in that line seam.
Why does Eggleston want to get so far over here on this side, Shelby?
Because she's that strong. Her approach needs a lot of room.
The low overpass and dumped right down, and now you feel Texas with a bunch of momentum. Tony Greystone senses it. He says, give me timeout. Since 2017 in set 2. Don't forget to play tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Got basketball in here at 3. Volleyball at 7. It's Kiari Geyer, who's playing in just her 10th set of the season. Putting in some good work. Couldn't get to that one, though.
Eggleston so strong from her back row attack. You talked about, Jeff, how far back she starts. That's because she's so explosive. Watch how high she reaches too, right in that perfect seam again, dropping her shoulder and really aiming for that seam shot.
.50 run. Sauer. Just high enough to get it over the net and by Eggleston.
Kenna Sauer's 4th back row kill of the night. She's doing a great job at staying really aggressive. A triple attack, 6 hands up against her, and she does not back down. No roll shot, no tip. She stays aggressive and gets the kill.
Alex Kirby back to serve. Fields did not have enough room as Candace and Cooper rise to the occasion.
Texas Tech's building the momentum right now. It's all about how long can you make your serve last and go on a run.
Bottom fell out of that one too early, Shelby.
I definitely just jinxed Alex Kirby. Maybe she heard me.
Free ball Tech. That went off of Gabriel and just kind of ran out of steam right at the net.
Gabriel getting the dig. Whenever the setter digs the ball, that's usually when the libero tries to come and get this second touch. But yes, like you mentioned, it was really tight on the net.
Para finds space.
The first roll shot we've seen from Para tonight. She loves those big swings, but if you cheat up against her, she's going to punish you. Watch how far deep Kirby is. She thinks a hard hit's coming. Para sees that, drops her arm, goes for that roll shot. Great eye.
Well, Sauer hit a beauty there. Looked like she was a little off balance, maybe. Didn't matter.
Sauer now tied with Carrington Jones for 11 kills. And again, she's staying really aggressive. She's not afraid of the Texas Longhorns' hands right now and going for that line shot.
KJ Adams, Grand Canyon transfer. Sauer, no, just missed it. There's that little bit of maybe just taking her eye off of it. She has been good tonight with 11 kills, hitting 240, but when she misses badly.
It was a big miss for Sauer, but what a dig by Alex Torres. A perfect run through right to target.
Yeah, Parra really hit that one. Looked like it was shot out of a cannon. Service error. Still 13 aces.
And right now we're seeing Parra play 6 rotations, something that usually doesn't happen throughout the year, so she's getting a lot of experimenting with her swings.
Eggleston off of Alex Torres.
Eggleston just ends the play so fast. She swings so hard, but she likes her sets lower sometimes. When she gets a low set, that's able to make her run a really fast tempo, get that hard swing real fast.
Talked about Kiari Geyer. She was a champion gymnast in Hawaii. She is number 10, left side of your screen. Eggleston couldn't get past the joust. Now she's got a chance, though. Tooled it off the block, and Texas 1 point away from that 20 plateau.
Texas Tech doing everything they could, bodies on the floor, but Eggleston's going to change it up. She initially tried to get that tip, didn't work out. Wants to go off the hands, kind of a shot like Parra likes to take.
Sauer. Look at Eggleston. That's just such good reach. Carrington Jones staying alive, though. 12th kill of the night.
And Carrington Jones leading in kills for Texas Tech because she continuously stays aggressive and finding success off the slide. You saw Eggleston touch the ball, but her hands were pointed out. You got to take your hands, point them back into the court, which she knows is something that you can expect to be fixed fast.
Sauer with that hip wrapped up tight. Eggleston. Felt the floor shake under that one.
That is right. The hardest swing we've seen from Eggleston all night. You can see how powerful she is. Look how high she gets in the air. Watch her height and how hard she swings. It's like she's literally hitting the ball as hard as she possibly can.
First to 20, Texas. The Red Raiders want to avoid the loss here. They got to get going right now. Carrington wanted it. A little off balance. Point Texas.
Carrington Jones doing nothing wrong on that slide. Texas is just doing their job at the front row, making it really hard for the Red Raiders to get any coverage because the block was that deep into the court.
Gabriel is out of Honolulu. They just move. Man, do they move. Cooper.
Big swing by Cooper, being very successful, hitting 200 so far, and she's doing a great job at finding her spots. Look how far deep she takes her approach. She literally drops her left shoulder to swing as high as she can.
Audrey Tuttle is on for the first time here tonight. Let's see if she can maybe get a run of serves going. Nope.
Very insistent play for the Texas Longhorns. Molly Phillips putting the ball away. Great communication with Jenna Gabriel. But watch Jenna Gabriel's reaction after. She's definitely a fun player to watch.
Texas hitting 330, Texas Tech 252. Good job by Sauer just to let that fly by.
Now O'Brien's coming back in, leaving Alex Kirby to the back row, setting. Texas Tech needs to just chip away as much as possible, and it all starts with that clean volleyball.
Little overpass, and Texas not shaken. All right, here they come. Good turn away by Cooper and Canis. Can they do it again? Pancaked up by Adams. Play on. Oh, they did everything they could. Texas Tech fighting off rocket after rocket. Finally, Texas gets the point.
KJ Adams taking a minute to get up after that pancake. She is literally laying her body out for every single play. Great defense by Texas Tech.
Approaching match point. No touch, and here we are. Red Raiders trying to stay alive. Texas wins again. 23-1 for the Longhorns.